Hello, good evening. Hey now, hit him with the Heim. This is OmniDog, one of your co-hosts for Omnibroslive. That's right, it's 8:01, the closest we've ever come to being on time. Here we are, and we have a special announcement tonight to lead us off. We have, as you can see, a huge panel of co-hosts with me tonight, including the original gang. And we've got Luis and Riley are going to give you the special announcement that I will be then reading how it involves you, the viewer, and you'll be getting excited about it. So take it away, sure? Luis and Riley.
We've sold out. We have sold out. Finally, we are cheap whores. I'm kidding. Go ahead, Riley.
We finally. I will say that since being involved in anything, videos, the group, the page, anything that I do regarding Omnibus Collector, blah blah blah, I've wanted to be able to say we're giving back to the members of the group, and we are able to, give back to our viewers, and we are finally able to do that. And we are super excited to announce that the folks at DCBS/InStock Trades have officially, what do we say? They're sponsoring us.
They're our sponsor.
They are sponsoring us.
InStock Trades is officially our sponsor.
We are now.
We've been actually talking about this for probably about 3 weeks now. We've kind of hinted at a big announcement over the past few weeks, and this is it. We're super. I mean, this is something that we've talked behind the scenes for a while. Like, oh, it'd be cool if we could get InStock Trades to back us because we love what they do. Like, we've praised them for years, even before this moment. So,
yeah. So it's not like one of those kind of insincere things where someone's like, oh yeah, they're sponsoring us, so we might as well say something nice. Like, I've always said, like, because I reached out to them a while ago, like years ago, for sponsorship, and they're like, not right now, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm still going to talk about y'all anyway because I order everything from you, so it doesn't really matter for them one way or another. But we're finally able to get that official, and it's not only beneficial for us as the guys making the videos, but it's going to be super beneficial towards everyone that not only watching the videos, but also people in the Facebook group are going to see those benefits. I don't know if Luis and I were saying what those benefits are, or was Jess supposed to announce that?
Well,
I think that was Jess.
I'm here to tell you what the benefits are for the viewers out there. I see some people in the chat saying, how does that benefit me? And they're saying, I'm in Europe. Well, how does that help me? Well, what's going on is that InStock Trades once a month is going to have a $50 gift card giveaway that is going to be able to go anywhere. It can be in Australia, you can be in Ireland, you can be in Dublin, you can be in someplace in Europe that I can't think of.
And you named 3 places.
You can be in Dublin, you can be in Cannes, you can be in Australia. You can win that $50 gift certificate, and that's a monthly giveaway to you, the viewers that are watching. And it also, we also have extra discounts that we will be passing on to you. You, the viewer, will be able to get extra discounts on InStock Trades while the rest of America is sucking hind teat. Be able to get to the head of the line and use special codes to get discounts on books. So that's how it benefits you guys. Well, and I know Australia isn't in Europe.
Extra 3%. Right. When we get the code, it's going to be good for an extra 3%, right? And I think the code's supposed to change every week. So you guys need to watch us every week to get up on that new discount code, because it's going to change every week for that 3% off on top of your already 45 to 55% discount IST already has. And as we all know, IST has the best shipping, when it comes down to any kind of books that you order from them, and it's free shipping over $50. So those are some extra wonderful benefits for using IST. We need to start putting their links in our description, I think.
The only time it's gonna suck is when
another
a
thing,
book
Gabe,
is
is
$50.
Another thing they have that's great is their customer service. They have the most wonderful customer service in the United States, I think.
And we've got Emily in the group that straight up like will talk to people and give direct customer service and advice and stuff. Like I know that people were talking about one of the Hellboy library editions that went out of print or out of stock, and she, as soon as it came back, like commented like, "It's back, guys! It's back!" So
they were even asking how your dog was doing, Riley.
Yeah.
When Cameron and Emily were saying, "How's Riley's dog?"
When we were starting to talk to them about all of the sponsorship and stuff, the first message they were like, "Oh, and how's Riley's dog doing?" And I was like, "Damn, that's awesome."
Yeah, they've been watching us for a while, so that was nice. It was nice because they still agreed to do it after watching us.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Which is insane.
Because I read that and I'm like, oh shit.
Also, just kind of throwing it out there, we're looking at also throwing some of that money into the sponsorship stuff into shirts, maybe hats, other things along the line in the future. We're still planning all that stuff out, so you might in the future be able to get an OmniDog shirt.
Woohoo!
Hopefully sooner than later.
We've been working on t-shirt ideas for a little bit, so that should be coming up pretty soon. I mean, that's if the guys
right here on your chest
want shirts. Let us know if you guys want shirts in the chat, because we can make that happen.
I want a shirt.
I want a shirt too. Can I have a shirt with Jess's face on it?
Like this? Or my real face? You want this face?
That's not your real face?
I'm about as shaggy as this guy is.
The OmniDog scoots his butt across the carpet as well.
That's right.
So I think it's really exciting news.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next because obviously anyone IST ships worldwide, it just is a little costly because of shipping and stuff. So if someone from outside of the US does win that gift card, that can help even out with the shipping costs and stuff. But that's saying that my next hope for us would be that we could get some kind of support in the same fashion from another like an international page like Forbidden Planet or something. So that would help out. So worldwide we can start giving back. We got to start small, and since we're all in the US and we all order from IST, it was the first logical step I think to take.
I didn't even think about that, reaching out to Forbidden Planet and places like that for our UK listeners, who we have a large amount of UK listeners out there. A lot of them actually, their time difference is like 3 a.m. when our show ends, and they stick through it. John Wilson, he sticks through it all the time.
Loyal viewers.
Yeah.
But
we'll be doing one $50 gift card. Usually, probably we're thinking about either the beginning of the month or the end of each month. And we'll be picking a random member out of the chat. We'll do a randomizer of everybody's name who appears in the chat during that episode, and that's how we will choose the winner of the gift card every month.
My name appears on the chat. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, and so does all the fake accounts I made too.
All the fake accounts you created so you can hit the like button.
That's right. Well, the like button to the $50 gift card. And the code, we'll get the code as soon as we get the code. We'll give it to you guys. We'll be posting it as well in the Facebook group, and probably all of our channels are probably somehow sponsored. We're going to get that out to as many people as we can to help everybody out with that extra 3% and help track how badass we are and how much actual activity, the group and us and everybody in the OmniBros society is actually sending towards, in stock trades every week.
Cool.
Word.
So this is the part of the show where we talk about our hauls, and we all hauled from in-stock trades. So we'll be talking more about in-stock trades.
And this is the part where I bowed out because I didn't buy anything this week, and I got to finish cooking dinner. I just wanted to be here for the announcement.
Night, man.
Where's your beer at, Luis? You're supposed to drink with us.
Yeah, everybody raise a toast.
I'm not drinking tonight, man. I work too early tomorrow. I got tutoring in the morning.
Well, I got root beer here. Pick up a glass of water.
Some other time. I got to get going. Have a good night, everybody.
Great to see
Good night,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Luis. I miss you, son.
Jess, you got to hide that label until they sponsor us.
Oh yeah.
You better. We should just get a in-stock trade sticker to put over your drink.
You know your ass is gonna get an in-stock trades tattoo. What are you talking about?
I'm down with that.
Right across your chest.
3% extra off, man. That's not much for me to do something stupid like that for sure.
All right. So who wants to go first? Riley, did you haul anything, buddy?
I haven't really bought anything since I've been trying to pay off Chewy stuff, which I am, as of today, I just am 85%, 87%, something like that to my goal. So not much to go, almost there. Really awesome. But what I have bought in the recent past couple weeks is a bunch of different shelves that I found at Target. Like I don't know when they started carrying these because I never saw them before, but I can show you guys real quick.
Yeah.
So this, I'm using my laptop here. This shelf right here, it's almost the same size as like the short fat Billies. It's a little bit thinner and a tad shorter. But they're really freaking sturdy. And for this like 40-inch tall shelf, it was $20. And I got 3 of them. So I wound up putting a bunch of books on these new shelves. And then just today, I posted pictures in the Otaku Den group, but I redid my closet of manga. So that looks a little bit better. But I have these tall like this stack of books is almost as tall as I am.
Oh, I didn't know you had Excel Saga.
Hell yeah, I have Excel Saga.
That shit.
That show was ridiculous. What up?
You're an idiot. Don't answer.
Oh. Yeah, I have 2. There's a stack on the other side too. This stack is all.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that
Tokyo
keeps my
Pop.
manga in stacks like that.
I mean, it was the only place I could put it, man.
Oh, my cat loves those stacks just to knock the shit out of them.
But it's my Tokyo Pop and then my Viz stack on either side. But like all of the stuff in the middle is basically just Shonen Jump books. So that's going to be a pain in the ass to move around every single time I get a new book, though. I'll just say that.
Worth it.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
So that's my my haul. In-stock trades doesn't sell shelves, otherwise I would have bought it from there.
Our next sponsorship is going to be IKEA, so we'll be more about Kallax shelves and Billy's as well.
All right. So who wants to go next? Because I know Jess probably bought like 85 books, so I'm sure he'll go last.
I'll go last.
I knew it. Gabe, why don't you go next, buddy? What'd you pick up?
All right. Well, I honestly didn't haul much, but what I did haul was pretty fucking fantastic and amazing.
Ooh, I want to see this.
I just did a live unboxing on my channel. Let me see if I can turn this around and get this to kind of work for us. I finally...
Wait. I'm going to stop you right there because I just got a notification about you doing the live unboxing on my laptop, and I'm like, how the fuck is this motherfucker doing a live unboxing while he's recording with us? I thought you were 2-timing us while you were doing this, which would have been pretty smooth.
I'm pretty good about 2-timing because I don't accidentally drop the other person's name in the conversation.
Oh.
Omar.
Nice.
Yep. So back to the basics here, back to topic. I finally got in my Thanos on the throne sideshow statue. And I got my...
Man, he is so badass.
I got my Infinity Gauntlet Omnibus next to him just to kind of give people an idea of how big this thing is in comparison.
I've got a couple questions. Number one, do you think that Thanos' throne has a recliner?
I think it's one of those recliners you get, like it's a recliner, but it's a magical recliner where every time you reach into the couch cushion, you find $20 every time.
Number two, just for the sake of like convenience, because I mean, if I had a cool throne like that, and if it was a recliner that I'd find $20 in every time, I wouldn't want to get up. So do you think it has a built-in toilet function?
I think he uses an Infinity Gauntlet to make his poop disappear from inside of him.
Yeah,
Uses
Thanos
the space gem.
Yeah, that's what the space gem is for. It's unlimited space for poop. Well, yeah,
I am very jealous. That is a beautiful statue. All kidding aside,
I love
that is amazing. I know it was a pretty penny, but man, that's pretty. There were two versions of the statue, right? One that lights up and one that like poor people get. You know, they couldn't get the extra $300 or however much more it was for the lights.
Yeah, there is two versions, but everyone lights up, even the poor man version that I got.
Wait.
The only difference
what's the other version then?
It's a different head.
Oh.
So there's this profile here, which is the normal, everyday person profile. And then there's a second version where he's smiling more and his eyes are blue. So like this red cosmic, it's like a blue cosmic look in his eyes.
Look how big that head is.
That's what I was.
Yeah, the head's the size of my fist. Like it's bigger than my fist.
Jesus. Jeez.
Yeah, I think it's bad up.
Yeah, that's like I'd probably have to sell my car to get that.
What I love about it, one of the most things I love about it, see if I get on here, is they use the correct coloring for the gems in the right placements. Got the green gem here, the blue gem. They're all in the correct comic book order and color. In the movies, they changed it up where it's different colors and the gems are in different positions.
Well, that's because it would have required somebody to read the actual comic instead of like
Is that battery operated or electric?
It's battery operated.
Uh-huh.
It's in the actual Infinity Gauntlets is a battery compartment. And it takes two. Holy shit! One just shot out.
It's haunted.
It takes two AAA batteries that are apparently suicidal, and just one that just jumped out of me.
I saw that green flash across the screen.
So Gabe,
I'm glad I didn't break my computer or something, man.
No, that would be Jess. That would happen to Jess.
Yeah.
Like somehow that flying out would have broken Jess' computer, not yours.
It would have broke his computer and chipped a tooth.
No wonder you didn't buy anything this week, dude. Good Lord.
Yeah,
how much blood and freaking plasma did you sell to?
$1,200 worth. That's how much.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah,
man.
But that's what payment plans are for.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do accept that. That's so horrible that they accept payment plans, man.
Dude, tell me about it. They just I'm about to fall into the Hot Toys rabbit hole because they announced a pre-order for a Neo from the Matrix Hot Toy. So I already have that on pre-order, and I know I'm gonna fall in the rabbit hole. And they put out any more Matrix figures like Morpheus or Trinity or
the two stupid twins from the second movie.
The albino twins or even Mouse, that little douchebag from the first movie. I'd get it all. I'd get the
hot French chick. The hot French chick from the second one. Anyway,
all right,
Halls. I am working in Ohio this week, and I went to this place called Exchange, which we don't have in Kentucky. John P., you're from Cleveland, buddy. You probably didn't give a crap about this, but there was an extra 20% off on this Guardians of the Galaxy, Jim Valentino, and the sticker says 45, but I got an extra 20% off of that. And I already have the trades, but it was one of those that I'm like, man, 45% or 20% off of $45. Yeah, I gotta buy that. So this collects the Jim Valentino era of Guardians of the Galaxy, not including the. I think it's already been covered in trade paperbacks, and then there was the additional Guardians 3000 trade paperbacks, which covers the rest of that series. But I was like, yeah, I gotta get that because while I didn't enjoy his art that much because it's really an acquired taste, I really enjoy those stories. But I did find a couple other trades that were pretty cheap. Hunt for Xavier, semi follow-up to your Trial of Gambit, Gabe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this says artwork by Chris Bachalo and Steve Scrooge, Lionel Francis Yu. Killick's a pretty interesting era of the X-Men by Joe Kelly and Siegel. I think it's got that stupid Crow story. And if you've read X-Men back then, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There is another trade paperback coming out, or I think it came out last week. It's called X-Men Gold Zero or X-Men Blue and Gold Zero. That was cashing in on the fact that X-Men Blue and Gold are current titles, but it has nothing to do with them because it's really a follow-up to that trade. And I also picked up the Mike Grell Green Arrow Volume 6, which I have not read any of these, so I'm really excited to dive into these. And no one gives a crap about this except me, but this is my final issue of Superman that I have to get in order to do my custom bind of Superman the Triangle Years.
Show me that Buffy the Vampire Slayer got milk ad on the back. I think it's awesome.
That is pretty erotic. Pretty erotic. Glad I got your guys' attention now. Triangle Years custom omnibuses that I'm working on. Nobody else gives a crap about that. I think there's going to be a total of like 10 of them. Jeez, it's almost like 300 issues that I'm going to custom bind. But I've been working on this for the last couple of years. I'll probably post a video on my YouTube channel. So anyway, that's what I got. Oh, and this too, but you guys don't care about that. Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust, sequel to one of the greatest movies ever made. What about you, Jess? What'd you get, brother?
Did we already talk about Riley?
Yes.
Yeah. You went first, remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay. First, I got book 2 of Checkmate, Greg Rucka, which I remember really liking the first version. First edition. So I got that going for me. Then, I don't know why, but this was by Justin Jordan. It was Vertigo. It's a completely blind buy, Savage Things. Wanted to see what it was about. I have zero idea what it's about, but I love Justin Jordan, so I figured it was going to be good. Here's an interesting book I got. End of the World Again by Neil Gaiman.
Oh.
It is illustrated. Now, it's a graphic novel. Look how thick this thing is. It's a graphic novel that only goes halfway, and then the rest is, maybe some people really dig this. This is the entire book sketched out before the colors were added.
Oh, it's all the original art in the back? That's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
How many pages are we talking about of actual content then? 5?
Let's see. Does it say pages here in the beginning somewhere? I don't see that. I will say that this much is original. This much is the story.
Wow.
You can see that, and then that much is backup matter, original art. So I don't know that I'm really happy with this.
How much was the book? That will determine whether
$20.
How much I make fun of you.
So I got it for like 12 at IS in stock trades.
IST.
InStockTrades.com, up to 50% off your hardcovers.
So are you making fun of me or not?
No, I'm done.
No, that's awesome.
Okay.
Good for you, man.
Superman Golden Age Omnibus Volume 5.
Just think more people spent more money. You spent $12 on that hardcover. Most people spent more than that on those Ollie books they picked up.
Yeah. Then the next two things I got. were these are a blast from the past. My childhood and my teen years, I loved Pogo.
Yeah.
These are
Cool.
the box sets of Pogo. Box set number 2 just came out 12 years after box set number 1.
Has it really been
And
12
I've got-
years?
Yeah, that's what I read. There was a whole thing on the Omnibus group page.
I saw that.
Yeah. So,
I bought volumes 1 and 2 last week because I was waiting for box set 4 to come out, or box set 2 to be announced.
right. And so here's, I mean, it's the daily strips. Pogo was just the absolute greatest political and social satire you could get in the paper. It was, I mean, it was serious draftsmanship, serious pen work. And, you know, Walt Kelly wrote it, drew it himself. This was a master at work. And so I just loved Pogo. And I especially always loved Pup Dog, the little doggy. So I always call my dogs Pup Dog. Chuchi La Femme, all these guys are in it. So I'm pretty excited for this. And I started needing some Larfleas. So I found this. These are out of print, but they're not hard to find. So I got my first volume of Larfleas. I needed a little more Avarice and Orange Lantern in my life.
Does that have the backup features from Threshold?
Gosh, I don't. Okay, wait. Yeah, originally published in single magazine form in Threshold 1 through 5, Larfleas 1 through 6.
Awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say hopefully it has that in there, because that Threshold backup feature was the kind of the beginning of the ongoing series.
Awesome.
Keith Giffen was the main writer, head writer on those, right? Yeah.
Correct.
I never read any of those. I think at that time I was already into Too Many Lanterns with the Red Lanterns, the Guardians, the Green Lantern, the Green Lantern Corps. So by the time that came out, I think I was already burned out a little bit on Lanterns. So let me know how that is.
I will. Yeah, I'm getting volume. I think it was a 2-volume set. Volume 2 is coming later this week. But I was pretty pumped to find. I don't think I even knew Larfleas had a trade paperback, so I was excited to find those because I love the Lanterns. Department H, still haven't started it, but this is volume 3, and more Matt Kint goodness. I know Riley has Mind Management right above his shoulder.
I do. It's behind me right there.
Yep, right there.
With the first 2 volumes of Department H.
Mm-hmm. Lights of the Amaloo.
All right, I know nothing about that. What is this?
Long ago, no living creatures existed. Wait, let me show you.
Are you reading the back?
Yeah, I am. It's a European book.
So
Long ago, no living
how did you hear
creatures
about this?
From the group. Somebody was talking about it on the group. There was a whole thread on European comics.
Yeah, I love European comics.
Yeah. Long ago, no living creatures existed in the legend world except for a magician by the name of Theo and a giant oak tree. The two beings made a pact. One would imagine and draw the form of the creatures to which the second would give life. In exchange, the magician would become immortal. The world is now populated by a wide array of species, including the human-like limpids, blah, some Euro stuff, and it's in English translation.
Who's the artist?
Oh, God.
It's in the front. It's in the front.
Claire Wendling.
I like the colors. It reminds me of that Peter Pan book that I have.
Right.
It's pretty.
I need to get that book.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Like I said, it's been released in English. That looks awesome.
And this I got on the mad advice of, I think, you and Riley and especially Peter M. First Excalibur.
I love that series.
I've certainly heard nothing but great things about it, so I'm excited to dive into it.
Probably one of the most underrated X-Men series ever. Does it have the? It starts off with the cross-time capers. No, that's volume 2.
I think that's the second one. Yeah.
Does that one have the Mojo story? The Mojo Mayhem.
Mojo Mayhem. Yep.
Yeah, I love that story. Cool. Yeah, it's a fun take on X-Men. I think there's no other word to describe it besides fun.
Let's see. Then I got a couple of copies, volume 1 and 2 of the current She-Hulk, because I like She-Hulk a lot. Speaking of Hulk, I thought I was going to have a big thing to show you, but Gabe way trumped me. I got 10-inch Hulk, Gladiator Hulk.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's not $1,300. He doesn't light up.
This wasn't even close. This was $13.
Wow, that's only $13. I think it's huge too.
No, it was like 40. I think it was $30 or $40. I didn't know he was going to be a bobblehead. So, and there's issues with his hammer, so I have to be careful because apparently his hammer breaks off quite easily.
Yeah, you be gentle with him.
I am. I am going to be gentle with him. Now we're down to George Perez's Sirens. I've always wanted to read this because I love George Perez, of course. I have no idea if it's any good.
Sirens. Who did that? Who was the original publisher on Sirens?
This says Boom.
It was always Boom, I think.
Yeah.
Was it? I thought for some reason it was a reprint of another
No,
book.
it's a new series he started up about, I don't know, like 3-4 years ago, maybe, I want to say.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought this was good. I just figured, George Perez writing, drawing's got to be good. And now that Volume 3 has been announced, I got the absolutes for Transmet 1 and Transmet 2.
You wasted no time because I remember.
Good man, getting the Transmet, Jess. Awesome.
That's some good stuff. Probably Warren, my favorite Warren Ellis run.
That's one of my favorite things.
Besides Next Wave, I love Transmet Metropolitan. Man, it's so good.
Yeah, I loved it too. I read a lot of it in trade paperback, so I was excited to get it. I've already got a bet with that Welsher, Luis, who never did do a review on Codpiece Thor. He said now, since I bought these, they're going to cancel Volume 3. So I
Luis
have
is a dick.
Huh?
Luis is a dick. He needs to stop saying that kind of stuff. You can't put that kind of energy out there into the universe because I need that third absolute for sure.
Right. So we have a bet on the Las Vegas In and Out that's near you, Gabe. If I win, he has to buy me a burger there.
Well, I hope he shows up, man. I didn't know he was planning that at all, but that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to try.
You guys should have came out here for Chris Claremont this weekend and Jerry Conway.
Oh, I know Omar was dying about that.
Yeah, I wanted you to kidnap him. Like, I don't know. Like, I was throwing signs out there to be like, don't take Chris Claremont to the airport. Take him to your house and keep him in your basement until I get there. There's nothing creepy about that. We're just going to make him write X-Men fanfics for us.
Dude, he's like the biggest talker, the nicest, sweetest guy in the world, but he just talks and talks and talks. And
he's older, dude.
I know. No, it's great because people were like, "Oh, I don't have a grandpa," and he's like my grandpa telling old stories and stuff.
Jess, are you about done, or do you have about 30 more books? Okay, good.
I am done.
So now is the perfect time because we forgot for the last 2 weeks to announce something else. Our reading. Yes, good job, Gabe. I'll let you do it. Gabe.
I made sure to take it off my shelf, so this time we didn't forget.
I made sure to pack it with me so I could read this crappy story. Anyway, go ahead.
So finally we're going to get to the this month's reading assignment. We've been slacking off on it. There's a lot's been coming up and going on, especially with this in-stock trades promotion we got going on now. So every month we will be picking a book as a reading assignment. Kind of get everybody together on the same page and read a book and be able to discuss it on the show with us on the group and in the folks in the chat as well. So this month's pick was Avengers Disassemble. This is the start of the long-running, dare I say, historic run of Avengers from Brian Michael Bendis. This is the start of the Avengers falling apart. This is what leads up into... I think this basically is what started the world that we live in comics now, with deconstructed storylines and events leading to the next event, leading to the next event. I think the catalyst for that was this Avengers Disassemble. And that's why I picked it for our reading assignment, just because I know we get a lot of discussion out of it. So we will be talking about this next Wednesday show. I'm sorry, next Monday's show for the Halls What Did You Read episodes, because what we're going to be reading is going to be Avengers Disassembled. So go ahead and pick that up. I'm sure you can find really cheap copies of this on in-stock trades as well. So definitely hit them up and give them your love and money as well.
So we have 1 week to read that book?
I'm sorry?
We have 1 week to read that book?
Yeah, 1 week. It's a small book.
And it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's at the beginning of the new Avengers Omni?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it? I don't have the Omnibus.
It's collected in the Omnibus. It's collected in the oversized hardcover. It's collected in the trade paperbacks. It's collected in the ultimate or completed collections of Bendis's New Avengers run. So I mean, it's out there. And like Gabe said, I'm sure you can find it really cheap too, or digitally, or just borrow it from the library.
In-stock trades has the trade paperback for $8.79. That's 45% off that book there, people.
Or just borrow it from the library.
Hey, the library's not our sponsor.
Okay.
When we get a discount code, make sure that you...
I just don't want anybody to be pissed off buying a book that sucks. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I think we'll be... Well, either way, I don't know if anybody can actually buy this book and get it read and ready in time for next week. So we'll be making these monthly announcements a little bit earlier in the month, just so people have a chance. If they need to pick it up from in-stock trades, they can, and stuff like that too. So,
do you want to make it 2 weeks from now?
Okay, we'll make it 2 weeks from now,
just so people can have a chance to go out and get it.
You're twisting my arm, Jess. Yes, we'll do it 2 weeks from now. I'm fine with that. So in 2 weeks, that is, what is that? The February 7th? No. Whatever fucking 2 weeks is from today, everybody. And didn't we already have one picked out for next month, or are we going to announce that later?
Yeah, I think we're doing Planetary for the following month.
Yeah, for February.
Yeah, so also, do Planetary as well. We'll be making more announcements of that every week to kind of get everybody up to date on it. So we're going to do Avengers Disassemble, and then after that, we'll be Planetary for February. We'll talk about that in probably the beginning of March as well. But that's a much bigger book, so that's why we're giving that a little bit more credit and more face time right now. Cool.
Awesome.
So hells yeah.
So now do we talk about like what's coming up or something?
Talk about what we read.
Oh.
Wow,
it's been a while since Riley has done one of these Monday shows.
I've never done a Monday show.
This was your idea, I thought.
It was my idea, but I never did one.
Oh, so you didn't have to do it.
You just delegating responsibilities, that's all.
Because we were doing like the Thursday shows were like 2.5 hours. My wife was like, "Yo," and I was like, "Sorry." So
people in the chat are asking about digital hauls. Oh man, that's where I get most of my Image books and X-Men comic reading is through digital hauls.
Yeah, I mean,
I do a lot of digital.
Disassemble digitally. I mean, no one's saying you have to read a physical copy.
Somebody posted on the chat that it's like $1.40 through Amazon Kindle. So if you want to go that route,
or if you already have like Marvel Comics Unlimited, I mean, I'm sure it's on there. So have at it. Just read the book. We want to get more stories out there for people to read and discuss.
So, Rye, what did you read this week?
I forgot that we do the what did we read part. So let me grab my. I'm getting stuck on stuff. My cord. I have to pull things from my shelf.
Okay.
So I read a few different volumes of manga, that one of which I was super excited about. I did kind of a small review in one of the groups. Okay, now I've got my stuff, so I can discuss, I can talk, I can show and tell. So the first one that I read was the first 3 volumes of this series, Haikyuu, which is about volleyball. It's basically new freshmen who are going to this school and they're joining the volleyball team. It was hyped up a lot to me by a lot of different people, so I was excited to try it out. It was pretty decent for the first 3 volumes. Didn't really live up to what I was expecting, but I was told to stick around for at least volume 7, because by that point a lot of different characters are introduced, and it starts getting to the point where people are like, yeah, this is a really great series. And one guy even compared it to he said that the way that the series is now, he thinks it's better than, just to throw other sports titles out there, and Eyeshield 21, both of which are series I really love. So I was like, okay, if you're going to say that, then I'll give it a little bit longer than the 3 volumes to check it out. So hopefully the next month or so, I'll have read the next couple volumes. But
I'm gonna comment right there. That's the hardest thing to get people to read manga. It's like you're asking them, like, oh, wait till volume 8. Well, wait till volume 9. But before you realize it, I mean, you're talking about $10 books at retail, right? And then even at a discount at $7, you're spending a shit ton of money just to get to the good part of the story. And that's what the hard sell for me is when I tell people, oh, you should read this book, but you should wait until you get this far. Anyway, I'm sorry, man. That's what reminded me of that.
I understand, like, and I'm used to. I usually give a book, as far as manga goes, 3 volumes is usually the point where I can tell, like, I'm going to enjoy this or I'm not going to be enjoying this. And this one, by the end of volume 3, I was starting to get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm interested in kind of seeing what else is going to be happening, because they started introducing all these new characters. But the part that was like kind of negative for me was if you're into other sports series, like I mentioned, Slam Dunk, like, starts just immediately. I was like, fuck yeah, this series is great. Eyeshield 21 was the same way. That one's more like on the comedic side, but in the very first chapters, you're being introduced to all these really fun characters, and in this one it took a little bit for it to get going, but I'll report back. I don't mind picking up a couple more volumes if it's getting that much praise, just to see where it comes from. But the one that I was really surprised by was this one, Fire Punch. It was a new volume 1 published by Viz under their signature, as a little SIG at the top line. So it's bigger than a normal volume of manga by a decent little amount. There's a larger trim size. I'm trying to even that out here. So yeah, it has a larger trim size. I went into this one completely blind, aside from thinking it had a cool looking cover, because that kind of looks badass. And I knew absolutely nothing about it, which was a really, I guess, beneficial to me, because I had no idea what to expect. And like, when the first pages of the series are like this guy cutting off his own arm, it just immediately, I was like, what the fuck, like, is going on?
Oh,
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So a quick little basically the series, it's in this, I hesitate to even say like post-apocalyptic, because post-apocalypse is so overplayed, but it's this kind of post-apocalyptic world where everything is just iced over. Everyone, there's these people with powers that they call like blessed, and they're kind of like the mutants. And so there's this one person with powers who had a power over like ice or something, and she froze the entire world. So a lot of humans are gone. It's hard for them to take care of themselves. It's hard for them to get food. And so the 2 main characters are these siblings. I'm almost done. Agni and Luna. who they're orphans, and they both have the power of regeneration. So they're cutting off their limbs to feed people. Yeah, it starts kind of hardcore, and they're feeding people this meat because there's not any meat to be had anywhere else, and some people object to it, and some people don't. But it's the only way that they can help people to survive, really. And shit goes down, and I want to like at least get to the description of one of the main character by the end of the first chapter, because it explains why it's called Fire Punch. Basically, this guy comes and he's like, hey, this is all unacceptable. Like, cannibalism, this isn't good. And he destroys their entire village with his firepower. And hey, guys, stop it. He destroys the entire village with his firepower, and his flames will never be extinguished until whatever is fueling them is gone. So he lights the main characters on fire, and they have regenerative abilities, so they don't become extinguished. Now the brother has a little bit faster than the sister. The sister's, she collapses and dies and stuff, but the brother keeps burning, and he can't do anything, but he's like feeling the pain of the fire constantly because it never goes away. So he has to learn how to deal with it, and it gives you this kind of like this montage where it's like a few weeks goes by and I learned how to stand up through the pain. A few months goes by and I learned how to breathe through the fire. And then it's like 5 years later, and it shows him just walking through snow, body covered in flames, and he's bound for revenge. And it was just this really cool idea that really got me hooked on the series. And I finished the first volume in like one sitting, because after the end of that first chapter, I was like, oh shit, this is interesting as hell.
You dig your manga.
Show me the cover one more time, please. Fire Punch. Got it. Oh, it sounds really cool.
Well, I gotta dip, guys. I think we have to walk the dogs, and I had mentioned to the guys earlier, I only slept for 2 hours last night, so I need to get some rest.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Good to see you.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Bye, Riley.
I like how everybody's showing up at the end here, missing the announcement, like Tyler and everybody else.
Oh, Tyler!
Tyler's a big important part of the announcement, to be honest.
Yeah, Tyler helped us put it together.
Yeah, Tyler knows the announcement, man. You know what's up. We had to go through. We had to learn the stupid world of taxes for these types of kind of sponsorships and stuff like that too. So,
what did you guys read? Or do you want to you guys want to talk about what you read, or you want to take some questions, or look at the things that were coming out this week?
I can go through what I read. I read a lot because I've been laid up with an injured foot, not injured, but a surgerized foot. So I've been forced to sit down, keep my feet up, and read. I read today I believe it's the penultimate volume of Postal, volume 6. And then the Welsh bastard Ryan Sayce said, after you read that, download issue 25 as soon as you can. And I did. And issue 25, anybody that's reading Postal, issue 25 will blow your mind. It has so many crazy things going on in it. I couldn't even believe it. I love this book. I loved issue 25. There's going to be a couple one-shots coming out too. I assume those will be collected. But if you read volume 6, make sure you download and read issue 25. It was incredible. Incredible. Speaking of incredible, I love All New Wolverine.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Yeah, she's great. I love the little mini clone Gabby. I love how they take care of each other. All the storylines were great. All the villains were great. All the situations were great. This is a really well done book, and I really highly recommend All New Wolverine. As a matter of fact, I loved everything I read. This is from Black Mask. It's the Third Eye Comics variant. 4 kids walk into a bank.
Oh, nice.
Oh, this is such a good book. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's 4 kids yammering it up, yapping it up, hanging out, planning a bank heist, and the reasons they do that are really interesting, but the banter between them is just a crack up. It reminds me of the admin chat sometimes in the Omnibus Collectors group, just yapping at each other. I highly recommend 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank.
Hey, Jess. Matthew Rosenberg, the writer that is going to be at the store this Saturday with Andy Kubert.
Ooh, that is something awesome. Does he work for Marvel, or is he just by himself?
No, he's doing the Phoenix Resurrection storyline and the new Punisher with the War Machine armor.
Okay. Well, because
both are really good books too.
Yeah, I remember that Frank Gogol posted that picture in the Omnibus group saying that he was friends with Rosenberg and that at a Marvel retreat, and Jonathan Hickman was there at the Marvel retreat.
Please let him go back to Fantastic Four, please.
Yeah, so I thought everybody was pretty interested in that. Then I read the most amazing book. It's easily in my top 10. Maybe it makes it into my top 5. Suicide Risk. 6 volumes. Volume 5 is hard to find. You can get it on Comixology. You can get this whole thing on Comixology. It's from Boom. And you can read it on Comics Unlimited, Comixology Unlimited. I highly, highly, highly recommend you read Suicide Risk. It goes places I never thought a comic book could go. It is so well thought out, so interesting, so well plotted, and everything is turned on its head. I can't wait to reread it in like another couple of months. I'm going to reread this book, all 6 volumes. Can't say enough about Suicide Risk.
The 5 volumes you could find, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, are on IST at 30% off.
30% off on in-stock trades.
Mike Carey, huh?
Mike Carey.
I know Peter really loved his X-Men run, but I thought it was okay. I really enjoyed his Lucifer, though. I thought that was good. And his
Lucifer was great.
Yeah, I really like that. So
I'm curious. He wrote Hellblazer too, I think.
He wrote issues of Hellblazer. So I'm curious to see how that is. That's cool. That's his own creation, right? Like his own.
Suicide Risk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just utterly amazing. It's got.
Wow, you read a lot.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I need to hurt my foot so I can get laid up for a while, dude.
Then I read volumes 2, 3, and 4 Revival. And I dug this book. I do think it was a little long. I think that you probably could have trimmed. There's a lot of characters in this book. There are a ton of characters in this book to keep track of besides the main ones. And I will say it did well on surprising me in a lot of directions. I do feel like they could have trimmed about 10 issues from it and been a little tighter on some things, but I loved it anyway. Revival was great. I just thought it was fantastic. I dug it. Tim Seeley wrote it, and Mike Norton was the artist. It was great.
I know nothing about that book except for the crossover with Chew.
Oh yeah, that's in one of the books.
Yeah, I've been wanting to read it. I just and I've seen some really good deals around for it. Like somebody had the hardcovers like for $50 off. There's only 4 of them, right?
I have the
first.
There's
4 of them.
I have the first hardcover, and I love that book. I'm gonna go back and read it and get the rest.
Oh, it's so good, Gabe. I really loved it.
I just love the idea how it's just basically like they're saying that heaven or hell is so full of of people's souls that when you die, you don't actually go anywhere. You just come back, but you come back all fucked up, and I just remember that one part where the lady's pulling out her teeth and they just keep growing back.
Yeah. Yeah, the dead just come back to life in this one little town.
And this is the whole idea of like, are they dead? Do they still get like, are they still considered people with benefits and rights and rules and stuff like that? So it's a really good book. But yeah, it's too bad to hear they dragged it out, or it felt like it's been dragged out for more issues than it should have been. But I love the art in that book. I love the cover.
Right, that?
Yeah, I just, despite the length of it, I think it's a solid read. I was really happy with it.
Did you read any more, Jess?
That's it.
Okay.
Up to the minute. I finished Postal a couple hours ago, so that is up to the minute.
Oh, okay. Awesome. What about you, Gabe? Were you two busy putting your statue together?
Well, I was a little busy with work and the signing this weekend with Claremont and Conway, and then we got another signing this week with Andy Kubert and Matthew Rosenberg. So, I mean, that eats up a lot of time. But I was able to squeeze in. I'm still working my way through my Gotham Academy read. This is volume 2 of the series. It's called Calamity. It collects Gotham Academy 7 through 12 and DC Sneak Peek #1. I'm still just highly in love with the artwork of this book. I love that this is all about young kids growing up in a boarding school. I kind of mentioned it last week, where it is Hogwarts meets Gotham. So it's not, magics and stuff like that. It's more of detective stories and a little bit of supernatural. But there's just a lot of just great characterizations in here. A lot of great stories. I fell in love with the characters right away. I'm really attached to their storylines. But just with time, I've only probably read like a few more issues out of that. As well, I've read, I'm up to date with new Thanos series. I know Jess was kind of catching up on that a little bit. I know Riley was too. Mm-hmm. Issue 15 of the newest Thanos book is incredible. Lots of big reveals. You get a reveal on who the Cosmic Ghost Rider is. You get a reveal on why older King Thanos has broken time and reality to get his younger self over to help him, and what that help is. There's a great last page reveal as well. So that book is full of reveals. Doomsday Clock #3 was fantastic as well. I know me and Riley had a little discussion about it where he didn't really like it as much, but I love the ending with that as well. You get a lot of great new Rorschach and Batman coming together, and there seems to be some kind of miscommunication between the two of them. That caused for a really great ending for that issue as well. So that's kind of what I read. I need to catch up on more stuff. I need to get Hurt or something where I could just lay up and read books just style. I wish to God, dude.
I did order Gotham Academy on your recommendation.
Yes. Dude, I can't wait for you to read that. I need somebody else I can talk to about that book, because it's so under the radar. Nobody else knows about that book, it seems like.
What Gotham Academy, how old do you think somebody like would a 9-year-old enjoy it, or is it too mature?
It's not mature at all. There's nothing sexual. The language and the verbiage and the words written I think can be definitely understood by a 9-year-old, and not have to be like, daddy, what does this word mean? Read me this word. What does that word, or anything like that? So
okay, cool.
It's perfect. I mean, for your girls, I think they would really love it. I think anybody with preteen kids would enjoy it.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Word.
Are you done?
Read, Omar?
Okay, I was waiting for him to. I've read quite a few books. I read on a whim. I ordered this book by Scott Morse called Soulwind. It's been out of print for years. Was it OmniBros that released it? And I read it in a day. It's a quick read. It was like 400 and some pages. It's a complete collection. It's a hardcover. It's probably the size of a manga, though. It's not I don't have it with me. But I thought it was good. I think it could have been better if it was longer. I think going into it, you will be confused. It's broken up into 5 different chapters. Each chapter is a book, about 100 and so pages. It's kind of confusing at first, and the artwork really doesn't help it until he kind of grows with his art. But I ended up really enjoying it. I thought it was good. I like the ending. I like how everything is connected, because you get like the beginning is kind of like a samurai tale done in with an Asian kind of art style. Then you get this little boy named Nick that shows up in this alien world. He's abducted by aliens. Then there's time travel thrown in there, King Arthur, cavemen, and you're like, what the hell does this have to do with? Am I fucking reading an adaptation of Cloud Atlas where I guess things are supposed to be connected? But no, everything kind of comes like to a full circle towards the end, and I thought it was done really well. So I read that, and like I said, it was on a whim based on the cover. Really, the cover's kind of cool. And I also caught up on Robotech, the new Titan books that are out, written by Brian Wood. And if you were ever a fan of Robotech, I think you would really enjoy this, because he takes the series into a different direction. Like the first 2 issues in the trade paperback are just almost like a director's cut of the 2 episodes of the animated series. But by the time you get to the 3rd and 4th, there's different things happening to the characters, and you're like, oh shit, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. But yeah, really, really enjoyed that. And what else? And I reread I Killed Giants, because I saw the trailer, and I'm like, oh, I love that book.
That is a great book.
Sadly, I missed out on the hardcover, and I've been waiting for them to announce another hardcover with the complete 5th anniversary stuff in it. So I found it at Half Price Books for, I think it was $10, and I went ahead and bought it because I've read it. I've owned it. I've had it digitally for years, but I'm like, when the hardcover comes out, I'll just give it to my brother, the one that I bought. So yeah, I love that book. If you've never read, I Kill Giants, I highly recommend it.
I love everything Joe Kelly's ever done in his life. I think I love his Deadpool, his Justice League, Benjamin, everything he's ever worked on has been fantastic.
This was okay.
I like some stuff too. Like, I mean, he had Maggot and Marrow and all that stuff on the team.
Jesus, Gabe. All right, yeah, sure, yeah, that was okay. But yeah, I really, really love I Kill Giants. One of the best books ever written.
I didn't see the trailer. I'm not a big trailer person. I try to avoid that stuff. I mean, how was it?
I thought it was good. I liked it. I'm not sure how I feel about the little girl playing the lead, but I thought it was good.
Why, is she not hot enough for you, or?
What? No, she's a little kid, man.
I was trying to get you to explain yourself.
Melanie Cleveland has an excellent question for you.
That is a good question.
Gabe, would you like to read
Gabe,
it?
do you have a conflict of interest since you work at a comic book store and InStock Trades as your sponsor? Not at all. I have zero conflict. My store doesn't have an online presence, really, other than our eBay sites, our eBay accounts for like our CGC books. So,
and you don't carry a huge amount of collected editions, right?
Nothing. No, we do carry a huge amount. We got a warehouse full of collected editions.
What if Melanie is really your boss and she's just using a surname?
I don't care. Well, then if Melanie, if you're John or Rob or Will, and you guys know, just go, fuck off.
Wow. Okay. He's gonna have a mandatory meeting tomorrow morning.
John, nobody cares about System of a Down anymore. You can't tell me what to do.
All right. So that's it, guys. That's all I read. What do you guys want to do next? You want to show what's coming up this week for releases? Get everybody hyped up?
Yeah, sure. We can do that because we can now give you guys, thanks to our wonderful sponsorship with InStock Trades, a peek at the actual deals and sales that will be going live tomorrow. What time do you do? 1 o'clock Eastern time they do it?
Wait, before you do that, Jess, will you please answer John P? He's asked you like 18 times about fucking banging.
Or yes. I still stick with my original answer. I love A Man in a Uniform is still my favorite song. I listened to like 3 albums over the course of a week, and I still love I Love a Man in a Uniform. It has all the hard angles and guitar work that I want in it. So, and I don't know what Lazarus X plus 66 is, Shorty. I'm sorry. I don't know what Lazarus X plus 66 is. Hey, Harry. Hey, Harry.
Okay. I hope that answered his question because he's been asking like every 2 minutes. So,
yeah.
All right, Gabe, you're
All
on,
right.
buddy.
Let's take a look. So, like I was saying, we can now give you guys a look at the deals going on for IC. Like, was it 1 o'clock Eastern time? It usually goes. It resets the website.
3 o'clock.
2 or 3, yeah.
Okay, 2 or 3 Eastern, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
because I'm the only one of us on the West Coast. So
You and Riley.
no, Riley's in Texas.
Oh, whatever.
I think he's Central Time.
All right, so give me a second here. Let me get the screen sharing going so we can show you guys the email with all the releases for tomorrow.
There it is.
So here we go. Check it out. It's really I was trying to find a way to kind of get this into some kind of discernible order, like put it on like my own spreadsheet or something, but it's not. So either way, we'll just go through this from top to bottom. It's not a whole lot.
Well, they went ahead and told us the exact percentage we're gonna get too. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Exact percentage, the exact we got the item code, regular price, the discount price, and the publisher.
All right, let's do it, man.
All right, so wait a second. Oh, is this the discounted price here? Then is that what this is? Unit price?
Yeah, I
would,
think so.
yeah, I would
Okay.
assume so.
I was worried that we somehow got their invoice that shows how much they're paying for.
There was a reason I emailed you this link like 30 minutes before the show.
Dude, I can't recut this into like a spreadsheet.
Oh, you have a Mac. All right, never mind. Go ahead.
All right, so let's start off with Battle of Churubusco. I think that's how it's pronounced.
That's
U.S. Rebels Mexican American War. That's half of us on this panel. Ben Reilly's Secret. I'm sorry, Scarlet, not Secret. Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider, Volume 2.
That's such a great series. I love that. Peter David is knocking it out of the park. Yeah. Have you guys been reading it?
Not at all.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Even if you don't give a shit about Ben Reilly, it's such a good series. Bagley was on the first few issues too. All right, sorry, man. Carry on.
All right, so cover price is an outrageous amount of $15.99 from Marvel, but in this like trade, it's 50% off, making that $7.99 for all you guys at home, and a little bit less once you get that discount code set up through in stock trades. Black as Fuck American Sweetheart graphic novel, is that what that says? AF means as fuck, right?
African Americans, sweetheart. I don't know.
Americans.
Sure. I don't know what that is, man.
Okay, cool. Viz Media is Black Clover. Oh, so this is all alphabetical, I guess. All right. Black Lightning from DC is 50% off. Briggs Land Volume 2. I've been hearing lots of great stuff about this book. That's going to be 42% off on in-stock trades. Clandestino Complete Collection. Complete Craypacks hardcover. All right, I'm just going to pick out the books I know what the fuck they are. DC Superhero Girls Date with Disaster. That's 42% off at $5.79. That's a great book for younger readers for sure. Like Omar, I think you get that stuff for your daughters, don't you?
Yeah. Yep. They get them.
For all of you who are super interested in Valiant, now that they've been completely bought out by a Chinese shell company, Divinity Complete Trilogy Deluxe Edition hardcover is coming out. That's 30% off, making it $41.99.
I can't wait for that book. It's gonna be great.
Is it? I don't know anything about Divinity.
Yeah, really liked it.
It's Valiant, right?
Yeah,
Valiant crossover, or not crossover, but the trilogy.
What else is on here? Inhumans versus X-Men trade paperback from Marvel at 42% off. Josie and the Pussycats Volume 2.
That's an expensive trade, man. $35, really? Six issues, right? Oh, I guess it includes the mini leading up to it, but even at that, it's 10 or 11. Good gosh.
Marvel's been really upping up the prices on their trades. What else we got here? Legion Son of X Protocol is 42% off. Or Prodigy, I'm sorry. Prodigy.
Yeah, that's what's collected in the Omnibus. It's just a collection of those trades again.
I keep hearing you guys talk about My Hero Academia. Here's volume 11 at $10.99.
I almost brought that up last week when we were talking about books that are like X-Men. My Hero.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know Jess doesn't really dig manga that much. But My Hero Academia is definitely one that reminds me of X-Men. It's really good.
New Teen Titans Judas Contract hardcover. That's 50% off, bringing it to $14.99 for you guys. What else is on here? Regular Show. I didn't know they have a volume 10 trade already for Regular Show. Jesus, I didn't know that series lasted that long. Either way, that's $10.49. Saucer State. Another great book out of IDW. That's $13.99. Shade the Changing Girl, Volume 2. It's going to be $9.85.
I'm curious about that series. I've been wanting to read it.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about it for sure.
I like the Changing Man. I've never read this version, so.
Venom Volume 3, Lethal Protector, Blood in the Water. That's 42% off on Marvel. Here's a big 50% discount on the Werewolf by Night Complete Collection Volume 2. And that's really it. Usagi, is that you? Oh, no, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Sorry. And that's it. That's the big deals this week on in-stock trades, everybody. I'll stop.
Nice.
Now it's up to you guys.
Good job, Gabe. Pointing and clicking. You're
Very nice.
Such a Vanna White. Good job.
I aged better than she did.
Maybe. There was also a deluxe hardcover of the Judas Contract. Now,
yeah, I talked about that.
That is one of the best New Teen Titans stories written, but it's also collected in this second omnibus, I believe.
Yeah.
So if you don't own it, and it's also collected in the new Teen Titans trade paperbacks, but this is a deluxe format. And if you want to give it a shot, you want to see George Perez's artwork in big, beautiful pages, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for the omnibus, especially now that you said that the third volume is mapped out correctly.
Yeah, man. Yep.
So does that mean there's going to be 4 New Teen Titans omnibus, you think? Because volume 3 from before, you said skipped out like something like 30 issues or something.
Volume
right?
3, the original volume 3 was just a Marv Wolfman, George Perez collection. So anything that George Perez did not draw, they skipped, which makes no sense. This one collects everything, so I'm hoping they keep going. Because like I said, I have those, I custom bound those, or got them from Kirk before he left to Japan. But I'm very happy for people to be reading those for the first time ever, because they're wonderful stories that everybody needs to read. All right, guys, what do you want to do? You want to take it to the chat, get some questions?
Let's do some questions.
All right. Who's the moderator? I'd nominate Jess.
They're all questions about what kind of music I like. It's ridiculous.
Well, there you go. That's why you're the moderator, brother.
I don't know what Spy Seal is. Did you mention Spy Seal, Gabe? Was that a new thing?
Spy Seal trade paperback, volume 1. Cover price is $12.99, but if you pay that amount, you're crazy because In Stock Trades has it for $6.49 at 50% off.
All right, John P is recommending it heavily.
All right, cool, man. Whatevs.
Biggie Cheese was asking if Lethal Protector is any good. I know, Jess, you haven't read it. I know that's more of a Gabe and I, when we were teenagers kind of thing. I like my Venom to be eating brains and killing people, so I didn't really dig it, but a lot of people did. Like Ron Lim was on the art, Mark Bagley covers, and David Michelini was still writing it at the time, wasn't he, Gabe?
No, he still was writing, and Bagley was still doing the art. But I think, are they talking about the regular Lethal Protector, or are they talking about the new one that's coming out? Because that Volume 3 Lethal Protector from Venom is completely different. I'm sorry. I read the question now. Lethal Protector is good in the movies.
That's what the movie's going to be based on. That's what
I've heard. Find the symbiote. So, no, I like it. It's good and fun because it's basically Venom against, if I remember correctly, Venom against kind of like a government organization out in the desert that's like trying to test on symbiotes. And I think that kind of leads into like separation anxiety and Planets of the Symbiotes and all that kind of stuff. So I can see how that's leading up to the movie. It's good and fun, but I mean, if you don't have like a 90s appeal, it might be a little different for you.
Isn't that going to be part of the Omnibus collection? Omnibus collection?
I think it is going to be part of the Venom Bus.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be collected in there.
That book is still like, the single issues still go for like $20-$30 right now. It's crazy.
A fucking Lethal Protector?
A Lethal Protector, yep.
Really, man? I just remember him like saving a baby, and I'm like, I'm done with this. I like my Venom to be evil.
Well, I remember that in the Amazing Spider-Man, where him and like Spider-Man shake hands and promise that we won't go after, Venom won't go after Spider-Man, and Spider-Man doesn't go after him. Bullshit,
All right, so John P, really quick, I did go to Carol and John's. They were awesome. I bought a bunch of single issues that this isn't a single issue show, so I didn't care about showing you guys. But yeah, and Huey, 3 Billboards, probably my favorite movie that I saw at the end of last year or the beginning of the year.
Dude. I saw that a couple weeks ago, I think.
Wonderful movie. I hope it wins all kinds of Oscars.
It's weird though. I did hear a complaint somebody had about it. It kind of makes a little bit of sense. Just that basically, Sam Rockwell's character is a living piece of shit, and in the movie he gets a redemption, kind of, but he doesn't really deserve it. They were saying because he's just a racist asshole that, like, I forgot what happened. Like, he's tortured a black like prisoner that they had at the jail or something. So I don't know. I like the movie a lot. It ends very ambiguously, which most times I hate, like on Sopranos, but I think it's it leaves it open and lets you kind of figure it out on your own.
I dug it. I thought it was a well-made movie. Huey P.
I saw Coco this morning again. I watched Coco again. That movie's still fantastic.
Man, you do
love Coco.
So Huey P has a question. Has anyone on the panel read Fables? I know I have. Have you guys read all of it?
I read all of it.
I think I probably read the first 10 trades.
Love Fables. It's probably one of my favorite Vertigo titles. They definitely needed a replacement like Sandman for Vertigo to be put on the map because, man, I love that book. It's an adult fairy tale. I hope one day we get an omnibus of them. That and Jack of Fables and all the other little crossovers, the Cinderella mini, all that's I hope they collect all that in omnibus format. The fairies, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I love Jack of Fables, man. Those first few four volumes of Jack of Fables, I fucking love. But then when it became like the Jack Frost storyline, it kind of lost its appeal to me. I
loved Fairest. I enjoyed Fairest a lot.
Man,
I like Adam Hughes so much.
The frog, what would you say? What without giving spoilers? What are your favorite storylines in Fables?
Animal
what
Farm.
did you guys like?
Animal Farm.
Really? That's the second or third volume, right?
It's the second storyline. Yeah, because when I was reading the series, this is back in the day. This is back when like Wizard was still around, and I would get a lot of reading recommendations out of Wizard, and they were talking about Fables. So I picked up the first couple of trades, and the first trade didn't really grab me with the whole Snow White and Rose Red storyline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, that second trade with Animal Farm just immersed me and just got me addicted to that series. So I love Animal Farm.
Good. Awesome. What about you, Jess? What was your favorite story?
I think towards the end, when what's her name is the spy. I can't think of her name now. Is it Rose Red as a spy? Or Cinderella?
Cinderella is the like James Bond type character.
Yeah. I like anything to do with Cinderella.
Yeah, she was awesome. I really enjoyed the Frog Prince story. It was right before the big battle.
Yeah.
With the at the end, or I'm sorry, towards the middle of the book. God, I love that story. That story was awesome. And honestly, Fables 150 was very satisfying because there were things that I was expecting that I'm still mad and sort of happy that didn't happen, like return of characters that I'm like, no, surely they're not dead. They're coming back. And didn't happen, but I was happy with the way that it ended. I thought. Yeah,
I think with Fables though, about volume 12 or 13, I forget. I think it was Dark Ages. When they kind of, that's kind of like the first end of like the first big event for Fables. It kind of gets a little bit of a lull for a while, but it does pick back up if you can find it in yourself to kind of stick through it.
Oh, even
just start off all over again. There is a little bit of a lull for like
even the bad stories I enjoyed, like especially once you're hooked because you care about certain characters and you want to see what happened. I think he really got
the same writer and same artist the way through, so you get attachments to the whole thing.
Didn't William like pitch the idea of Fables to the networks, and then they rejected it, right? And then a few years later, they came up with this fucking Once Upon a Time series.
That's from my understanding, that
and he was so cool about it. He was like, what are you gonna do? Oh well, that's shit. I would be pissed.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's one of those things where they're like, well, you can't fight, a team of lawyers that's as big as your hometown.
No, not when you're dealing with the Disney-owned network. Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's see. Is there any more questions? Jess, you're a moderator.
There were some comic book questions back here.
All right, let's get to them.
A lot of good questions about the discounts and stuff. We're still waiting on the discount code. I think we might need to just email Cameron and say, hey, discount code is maggot, and then you guys will get the extra 3% or something.
Not gonna happen.
But we will announce the code on every episode, and then we'll put it in the group. Like you guys will have access to that code as soon as we get it.
And one thing we didn't say at the beginning is that the gift card will only be given to the people that actually are part of the chat. I think we decided on that because it's only fair.
I think I said that.
Yeah.
Right. So you do want to subscribe. You do want to watch every week because the code will change up every week just to kind of keep our views going, our subscribers up, and we don't get anything on the back end of the sales, but using our code does show IST that there's traffic coming through us and because of us. So please use that code, share it when we get it, all that kind of good stuff. So
Eric Lindvall says, question, is Aquaman Rebirth any good? I've read that, and I thought I didn't think it was as strong as the very beginning of New 52 Aquaman, but I still enjoyed it. I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5. So I thought it was pretty good. It's worth reading. Hey guys, have you heard they're going to release an absolute edition of The Killing Joke? What do you think about it?
Um, I, I love Brian Bolin, but I think it's a pass for me because I have the deluxe edition, and this edition will have the original colors and then the new colors, is what I heard. And how much is it? Is it $50? Is it 50? That's what I was going to ask you guys. I can't remember how much it is. Let's see. You guys talk. What do you think, Jess? You going to pick it up? Do you already own the
I think I already own the deluxe. Yeah, I already own the oversized deluxe. I don't know that that's something I'm going to get an absolute of.
I love that story.
Yeah, I do too. I have the original first print single issue or Baxter paper prestige format book.
Oh, good for you, man. I sold mine many years ago.
But I'm good. I mean, it depends on what the price is going to be, because year one was kind of a joke with their format and the pricing and stuff like that. It was still like $125.
It is going to be $49.99.
That's not too bad.
If you've never read it,
in stock,
absolutely,
out of a deal.
Yeah. So there you go. Grab it. $25.
Again, I want to know what kind of special, like what the backup material is going to be. It's going to be like some of the original scripts. Do we get the idea of, did Batman really kill the Joker? That is going to be there, any of those kind of articles in it. That kind of stuff would be interesting.
Make havoc. Hell no. That's not going to be a code. And I do not cry during sex. Anyway. Continue.
I love the callback to that discussion.
I was misquoted. Anyway. Jess, what are the comic book questions that we
Do you guys think they will reprint the Joe Kelly Deadpool omnibus or Uncanny X-Force?
I think if any of the Omnis are getting reprinted, this is my personal opinion, it's going to be the Cable and Deadpool omnibus because of the Deadpool movie. I really don't know what the hell Marvel thinks, though. They print whatever they want to for some reason. I mean, out of nowhere, we got a bunch of reprints of like new X-Men, like the X-Men omnibus by Claremont, the Fantastic Four. I mean, these came out of nowhere when they were reprinting. And then we're like, oh yeah, surely they'll reprint the Iron Fist omnibus when the Iron Fist TV show comes on.
Nothing.
So
who knows? 2 Deadpool movies, and no announcement of a Deadpool, the Joe Kelly Deadpool omnibus getting resolicited. Even though the first movie, the entire movie itself, like this version of Deadpool is heavily based on that Joe Kelly creation, not creation, but the work he laid across that character. So
I think it's based more on Fabian's, but that's another topic for another day.
This has nothing to do with Super Pro.
Fabian did create Deadpool, right or wrong, right about left field. We're not getting in the middle of this. This is going to be an hour conversation. Anyway.
But Uncanny X-Force, I don't think so, because I'm surprised he got an omnibus in the first place, to be honest.
What? Really? It's Remender. That's and it's the perfect size for an omnibus.
Right, but I don't think there was like that. I don't know. There's just something about that series. I just didn't see it back in. It
had a big following though. Like people really love that series. I hope that gets reprinted because it's a wonderful, wonderful. It's one of my favorite Omnis I own.
I hope all of the omnibus get reprinted. I mean, I'm not here hoping it doesn't, so I'm not here rubbing my hands, flipping books for more. But I mean, it's just I would love for everybody to get their omnibus at a half off. But if it hasn't happened yet, I don't know.
I think it has a better chance of getting reprinted if we get an X-Force movie.
What's the last reprint that Marvel put out? Fucking what? Amazing Spider-Man 1? That's
all those Punisher books, man.
All those Punisher books, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so
all those endless Punishers, man. Yeah. So I mean, they came around the time of like Punisher.
That's right. So Punisher, Walt Simonson's Thor. Those are like the last reprints, right?
And it's hit like they're picking too because it's not. They could have easily picked Straczynski's Thor, but they went with Simonson's, which I guess had a bigger demand for it. So
sure, it's Simonson, sure. DC's putting out some reprints. What are they putting out? The Infinite Crisis, which is a really big whale for the longest time, and the Teen Titans stuff too.
Does Omar live in hotels? Vacuum cells. Oh man, believe me, I don't want to be here.
It's like that episode of I Love Lucy where the vacuum salesman comes up to her door, she opens it, and he throws dirt on the floor. That's Omar.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I would love a Colin Yost X-Force omnibus, but
I would too. I had the whole thing in oversized hardcover, the two for X-Force and then the Crochet.
There's the Crochet and then the Messiah War in the middle. I would love that, and then also the new X-Men run that they had, where they put in X-23 with the kids and killed off half the cast in their first couple of issues. But I love that series.
I was talking to Claremont because I had him sign some of my not my X-Force, Fantastic Four issues.
Where did you talk to him?
Like, hey, this weekend.
No, I said where.
At the store.
Oh, you haven't mentioned your store, so John P hasn't been drinking. That's his drinking game. Every time you mention there we go.
But I know he's drinking. I know he's already in the bathtub watching us with his bath bombs and everything. But I asked Claremont if when Marvel was going to do a Fantastic Four omnibus for his run, he said probably not. And I was like, man, fuck those fuckers. They really should do an omnibus for all that stuff as well.
Yeah.
Especially now that they're getting the movie rights and all that kind of fun stuff.
Man of Action has some good ideas. See, I'd love a Power Pack omnibus. That'd be badass. All right, Jess, is that all the questions, buddy? Or
yeah, we're at the it's 9:30. We actually started on time, so we've been going an hour and a half. I think that's probably it for a great show that went rapidly. We answered a lot of questions. We showed our hauls. We talked about what we read. We went through the previews. We nailed it. This was a great show, in my opinion. So, Gabe, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me here on YouTube as well, under Gabe Infinity Watch. I just did a live video unboxing the Sideshow Thanos on Throne statue. So if you want to see how ridiculous that thing is in a box, you can check that out as well. I couldn't even get the box up my attic. The box is so big, so I had to bring the thing up in pieces to put it together on my live stream. You can find me on Instagram as Gabe Infinity Watch as well. And if you're ever in Las Vegas, stop by Torpedo Comics and say what's up. We do have a signing every month this year. February signing is, like I said earlier, Matthew Rosenberg and Andy Hubert this Saturday. So check it out.
Wait a fucking minute here. Somebody said I cleaned up my language because of the sponsor.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
No, fuck no. Anyway,
what part of the show was that?
You can find me. They watched our show. They knew what they were getting into.
Yeah, they came to us. They know what kind of bullshit we talk about.
Okay, you can find me on my channel, Near Mint Condition, where we post new videos every Thursday. And you can find me with these fine gentlemen on the Facebook group, which is Jess.
The Omnibus Collectors Comic Swap and the Omnibus Collectors Comic Swap and Community. Did I say that right?
Who cares? The group's not sponsoring this, so whatever.
Wow.
You can find me, OmniDog's Vault, on YouTube. I also have an Instagram page or thingy, whatever it is. I'm on Instagram, OmniDogs_Vault, where I post a bunch of stuff so that you can see. It's really cool. I got a cool Wonder Woman statue that I posted this week. It's upstairs on the mantelpiece where I love it. My wife is extremely unhappy that it's there, but I'm sitting there all day with nothing to do but read. I want a little something to look at. So I'm looking at Wonder Woman. It looks just like Gal Gadot, so I'm cool with it.
How big is the statue, Gabe? Or Jess?
How big is what?
It's about as big as this bottle.
Okay.
Not very big. Actually, this guy stayed up like almost all Christmas. Not all Christmas, but the past week, I got him to stay up for a week. That was great. She'll let me keep things up there for a little bit. Then she shushes me away. I have to find room for him down here. So, do we have any final words about what's that name again? Oh yeah, In Stock Trades, our fine sponsor.
Our fine sponsors, where you get free shipping at $50 or more on your orders. You get the best bomb-proof shipping there is. They do ship worldwide, and we will have a discount code for you guys for an additional 3% coming up, and a 1-month giveaway for a $50 gift card as well. So subscribe and like and follow us and get this taken care of.
And I will bust out my Fugazi albums and listen to Fugazi this week, and I will give you my Fugazi answer next Monday. John P.
And don't forget our reading assignment of this craptacular book, Avengers Disassemble.
Omar hates everything I like. I think Omar hates Maggot, Avengers, and blowjobs.
Most people. Yes, I hate giving blowjobs. You are right. And on that note, good night, folks.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you for watching. We love our viewers. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. And we will see you on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. Take care, everybody.